Welcome to Stage 3 of the South African Safari Rally. Last night took the riders and drivers to the marathon camp in the heart of the wilderness. Well, let's rewind to yesterday afternoon when the bikers arrived at the marathon camp. The Rally GP boys had 30 minutes to work on their machines before they were locked up for the night. It was a busy one in particular for Ross Branch after he broke his oil cooler on Stage 2. Well, once the bikes were sorted, it was time to set up the tent and settle in for a cold night.
Welcome to 5-star. Yeah, we get a mattress.
Well, Daniel Sanders was first off the line this morning, but could anybody catch the overall leader? It was great to see Branch back out there after he successfully patched up the hero. And not only did he get going again, he was absolutely flying, posting the best split times midway through the stage. He had to manage the oil a bit and didn't want to push too hard, but he still came in third fastest. There was another solid performance from Bradley Cox on the factory Sherco. Considering he only clocked a few hours on the bike before this rally, the South African's acquitting himself very nicely indeed, 7th on the stage.
Today was good. I had a good rhythm from the start and pretty much kept it there. I caught Nacho quite early on and we rode the whole day together. Some tricky nav at the end. Every day getting comfy on the bike. I think this is the main goal.
The race for the overall podium is hotting up and Ricky Brabeck wants to be on it. The American tried to push in the last 60k or so, but it didn't go quite as planned. A crash and then exhaust issues, but he still did enough to go third overall ahead of his teammate Adrian van Beveren. Now, time for a hot shower and a good night's sleep. Once again, though, it was Red Bull KTM laying down the law. Luciano Benavides is adapting well to South Africa and said he really enjoyed the day. He was even topping the timesheets at kilometre 90. And while he ended up surrendering a little bit of time later on, he did strengthen his grip on second place overall. But right now, there's nothing anybody can do to contain Daniel Sanders. The 30-year-old opened all day long, but despite the navigational challenges that brings, he was still the fastest man on two wheels. After Morocco, Dakar and Abu Dhabi, Chucky is on course for a 4th straight overall win.
A lot of animals there today. I'm pretty sure I saw everything. A lot of traffic on the track with the animals, but we just had to push through the day and try not to lose any time. And in the end, we made some time, so it was really good. Yeah.
Sanders winning by 1 minute 37 from Benavides and 2:39 from Branch, with Brabeck and Van Beveren making up the top 5. The two KTM riders are now separated by 2 minutes and 48 seconds overall, with the chasing Honda trio all losing ground today. Another day and another victory for Edgar Canet in Rally 2. The young KTM rider is absolutely running riot, and even if he made a few rookie mistakes today, he extended his overall lead to more than 18 minutes. Well, Canet admits that he is really comparing himself now to the top guys in Rally GP.
The riders in front, he's 2 steps in front of me, I think, now, but yeah, he's trying to arrive there. Keep pushing, keep training, and yeah, of course, one day you want to be one of the top riders.
Roy Barbosa enjoyed his best day of the rally so far. The Chilean says he isn't really focusing on his results this week, but simply on improving his navigation. After struggling to find the right lines yesterday, he was happy to get through without any major issues, finishing in third place. Home hopeful Moritz Meiring was a last-minute entry to this safari rally, and he also impressed today in fifth place. The South African has an enduro background, and now he's trying to get to grips with Rally Raid. So far so good, he sits in sixth place overall. Canet winning the stage from Mike Doherty with Barbosa third. Tobias Ebster got some time back today due to a malfunctioning roadbook, and he was fourth. In the overall, Canet leads Ebster by 18 minutes and 16 seconds. Gaëtan Martinez picked up his third win of the week in the quads. The Frenchman caught his teammate Antanas Kanopkinas, and they stayed together until the end. He is now relishing the prospect of a scrap for overall glory.
Yeah, we are here to enjoy, so we'll still continue racing. I know we are only the both of us now, so still the goal is to bring both quads to the finish line, but we will still enjoy it and do racing as we know.
Martinez leads by 24 minutes and 11 seconds with 2 stages to go. Back to yesterday's marathon camp, with the ultimate crews giving their vehicles a once-over after a gruelling stage. No time limit, but a limit to what you can do. And with no assistance teams or service parks, the atmosphere is rather unique.
It's something so nice because we are all drivers together in a beautiful place. Really nice to have this kind of moment all together. This sport is, for this kind of moment, this sport is really, really amazing compared to other sports. So this is why I'm here and this is why I enjoy.
Frost greeted the drivers this morning after a very chilly night in the tent, with temperatures of only a few degrees Celsius.
I tell you, it was very, very cold. That's the summary of it. I didn't expect to be that cold, but yeah, we managed and are ready for the second legs of the marathon.
It was certainly better to start further back today and have some rabbits to chase.
Good program. Yeah, always, eh? Yeah. Looks different from the top.
Cheers, lads. We do our best. Now, there was a bit of everything out there today for the Toyota Gazoo racing team, who still have 3 crews in overall contention. Seth Quintero was the overnight leader, but he lost more than 10.5 minutes. He wasn't too unhappy about it, though, and said the car was amazing. The American planning a big push tomorrow. Lucas Moraes has been flying under the radar, but he briefly led the rally today until a 1-minute speeding penalty dropped him to 4th. But the Brazilian is still on the hunt, and so too is Henk Latergen. The South African's charge was hindered by a broken drive shaft, but he is only 30 seconds off the lead. It's a proper roller coaster.
No, to be honest, the race is crazy because we are starting always in 6 or 7 and we finish 6 or 7 and the guys are first, 15, second or 14 and we are there. So I hope we can keep doing it, and tomorrow we are in a great position. And yeah, the car is unbelievable. So tomorrow, big push again.
Well, Carlos Sainz has been on that yo-yo that Moraes just described. Second on stage 1, 12th yesterday and second again today. El Matador is happy to have found his rhythm quickly after several months out of the car. Not the best starting position tomorrow, but he says you can only push and see what happens. Sebastian Loeb described this as a difficult day, but by the end of it, he was actually leading the Safari Rally. The Frenchman finished up 4th quickest and said he was happy with the performance of the Dacia Sandrider. Now he just wants to bring the car to the finish line with the best possible results.
Was not so happy in the stage finally, but at the end I think everybody struggled a bit in the stage because it was really difficult. So yeah, now we are leading the rally. That was a surprise at the end of the day, but it's a good news. So we'll know it's two long days to go, but at the moment it's going well.
We haven't spoken too much about Martin Prokop this week, but the Czech privateer has been his usual consistent self in or around the top 10. He got his car, Shrek, safely through the marathon despite gearbox and braking issues. He only trails the leader now by 4.5 minutes. He is lying in 9th place overall. Mattia Serradori had big mechanical problems yesterday, which meant a late night of repairs at the marathon camp and setting off today in 48th place. But he did a brilliant job slicing his way through the traffic to post the 3rd fastest time. The Frenchman enjoying the challenges here in South Africa, he says this rally is an extraordinary experience. But the fastest man on the day ahead of Seitz and Serradori was Nasser Al-Attiyah. The Qatari's overall hopes took a huge blow yesterday when he incurred a 15-minute penalty for missing a waypoint. Without that, he would have a handsome overall lead.
A lot of navigation in the stage, and we don't take any risk, but okay, I'm quite happy, to win the stage. Except yesterday, the 15-minute penalty, this has put us completely out of the podium, but still 2 days. I will try to do my best, tomorrow.
Al-Attiyah beating Seitz by 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the day, with only 8 minutes and 5 seconds separating the top 10. It is incredibly close overall, a measly 56 seconds between the top 4 crews. Adam Kush was putting it all out there in the challenges today, powering his way to 3rd place on the stage. The pole is also up to 3rd overall after Pau Navarro lost more than half an hour. Nicolas Cavigliasso is determined to extend his overall lead in the W2RC. He's been playing it smart, not pushing too hard to bring the car home in one piece. 2nd place today. But victory went to David Zile, who praised both his team, BBR, and his co-driver, Sebastian Cesana. It's his 2nd stage win of the week, and he leads by nearly 3 minutes. Khalifa Al-Attiyah was 4th fastest for the NASA racing team, only 20 seconds behind Kush, with Danya Akil closing out the top 5. It's tight at the top, 2 minutes 56, separating the top 2. Jose Nogueira took his best result of the week in the SSVs, finishing 2nd. But it was a day of mixed fortunes for the Old Friends Rally team, as their W2RC leader, Alexandre Pinto, lost almost 50 minutes. The stage victory went to another Portuguese driver, Mario Franco, who has been improving day by day. He and his co-driver, João Miranda, did a fine job to conquer this tough outing by more than 7 minutes.
A very difficult stage, but we work together and we win. It's very happy. I'm very happy, and work to in the final win.
Axel Chinotto and Gayoso completed the top 5, with Pinto down in 9th, but ahead of his biggest W2RC rival Enrico Gaspari. Franco leads Axel by 10.5 minutes overall. Join us again tomorrow for Stage 4, and thanks for watching.